So I don't know if you've ever seen pictures of Zen archers. Now, we're all used to trying hard, concentrating, focusing. That's how we've been brought up. Try hard, or you listen hard, try all this stuff that we've grown up with. But if you watch this video, this one lady in particular is the most serene, still, present, mindful Zen. That's why they're called Zen archers. Now, if you watch the video, she looks a bit like a robot, to be fair. Let's be honest. And maybe you don't want to be quite like this. I showed it to my wife. She's like, phew. And actually, if you do hit the target, kind of celebrating, going, yes, it's not going to help your archery, but it is going to feel good. So yeah, it's a bit of a judgment call on that. But there is a sense of being completely at one with herself. There is a mind-body unity there. So you can see she's not trying to figure out how to pull the bow. She's not going around, she's not going, she's not over-intellectualizing. Everything is a flowing movement. She doesn't try hard. She's not really invested in the shot. She's going to let go of the bow, and the bow, she's going to let the arrow hit the target. She's using intention to guide the arrow. She's not aiming, she's being, and the arrow goes. Now, we don't see the target, but we can be pretty sure that it's a good shot. Now, if you look at the video, in the background, there's another lady who looks good, but she looks a little bit detailed, as my teacher says, detailed. She's going in here to figure things out. She's looking at the physical bow and arrow to adjust things. Whereas the other lady, the other archer, is non-doing. She's getting out of her own way. She's letting the arrow fire. She's using intention to do the aiming. No, oh, there it is. There's the, I simply want to, and this movement, this hold and this arm is a whole movement. It's completely connected. A bit like you're swimming. So your leading arm is there and your other arm comes back in the catch. Let's try and use some jargon for once. Your arm comes back, and actually you're kind of expanding. You're almost, I do liken this to pulling a bow and arrow. It's not the same movement. There is that connection across your chest and your arms. Same on the other side. Arm goes in, arm comes back. I haven't got enough space to demo it completely. I'm hitting the wall there. But you can see I'm doing expansion is happening by virtue of this movement. Otherwise, we'd be swimming like this on autopilot. It's not the same, is it? I'm advocating this kind of movement. In fact, you can kind of run like this as well, but that's another story. Look a bit silly, but it's another story. And if you're turning this way, then you're rolling from side to side. You're side swimming. One side's going in, one side's going in, coming out. One side's going in, one side's coming out. One side's going in, the other one's coming out. So you're moving as a whole. So that's a lot more powerful than simply arms and legs. Now, in terms of a Zen archer, there is letting go, getting out of your own way, non-doing, probably inhibiting, celebrating that amazing shot. She's aware of the bow, the arrow, the movement, the tension of the string, which isn't string, obviously it's some sort of cord or whatever. The tension of the bow, probably the support from the floor, the sounds around her. I don't know what she's thinking, but she looks pretty conscious, pretty alive, pretty alert, pretty mindful. And she's not being distracted by her other colleagues or the polite applause in the background. And maybe probably that's a little bit inhibition as well. Oh, thanks. Noticing the applause and then the pressure and the people are watching, and then all of a sudden you've got to perform. Doesn't have any of that. Now, I'm no Zen archer. I get affected by all sorts of things, but there are moments when, and more often, and the ideal would be, maybe I don't want to be quite as Zen as her. If I might want to celebrate some success if I hit a target, or I might want to acknowledge and enjoy the applause, if anyone actually ever does give me applause. And yeah, I don't know. But the fact that that's possible and she's doing all the things that we're not doing. We're not conditioned to. She's not doing any of the things that we're conditioned to do. She's not doing the trying hard, concentrating, focusing. She's being, she's not doing. And that, for me, is Alexander technique. It's only my school of Alexander technique. What I'm hopefully teaching, it's not a physical change. An Alexander technique teacher hasn't just her head-neck relationship and checked her balance and then positioned her hips correctly so she's fully aligned. Whatever she's doing, it's a conscious thing. It doesn't look like she's fixing anything, does she? She's completely conscious. And there is no interference. She's getting out of her own way. And that's all I'm using Alexander technique for. I'm applying it to swimming here so that you're no longer trying to swim like someone else, trying to swim correctly, trying to follow rules. You're using your intuition, feedback, judgment, observation, consciousness to inform you of your swimming. And then if you're on the coaching call, you're coming to me and then we're talking about it, delving into your understanding, and then all the little clues bubble up. That's how it works.